The trick on this one is first stay cheap. If you have to be knowledgeable about an area, you have to know how to research value. And that's a whole different topic for another day. We're not going to talk about how to research value. It's just there. So first stay cheap. If you know an area, 3.2s are going between 550 and 600, and you see a 3.2 for 480, you just fire off an offer. Hey, make an offer on this property. Just do it now. Something happened in a back room someplace with the loss amount negotiator, the guy who's in control of all these REOs, and the realtor who's working that case. Hey, exactly. You tell Sydney, hey, you know what? This property, I need it sold in 30 days. Make it happen. If you see first day cheap, be the first one. If you see 90 days on the market, do your research. What's it worth? What's the appropriate purchase price for an investor? So you're making about 12 to 15% on the money, and just make an offer. Just see what happens. Get involved in the game. Or unfinanceable. Hey Dave, you're a realtor. You list all kinds of REOs. I'm an investor, and I only buy unfinanceable REOs. Would it make sense, or would you be curious to have a conversation on me? I mean, do you have any properties that you've been wanting to sell but people can't get financing? You do? Great. How about, do you anybody else in your office do the exact same thing? Okay, great, fantastic. And what's the address of those REOs? So instead of going through the whole MLS, call the people who are actually doing it. Hey, you know what? I don't have it on the MLS right now, but I've got this one that I've been holding off on because, gosh, I cannot get somebody, a contractor out there to replace the floor, and I can't get finance without a floor. How much do you want to sell for? Well, market value is about 400. If I could just sell, looking at it right now for 325, I'm in. Let me go get my gray pants. I'll go ahead and get my checkbook. So, if you're making contact to the realtors, increases your odds of finding something. So, and put yourself in the shoes of the loss amount negotiators working for a bank controlling all these properties. And 10 is not what they're controlling. They're controlling 100 or 200 properties. And this guy's like, hey, BPO, tell me about this house. Oh my God, the roof is sagging in, and you can see daylight right there. The kitchen is completely gutted. There's no support beam in it. And now this loss amount negotiator is thinking like, wow. Of all the people in the world who are going to buy my house, they have to have all cash. Well, I hope that happens in the next 120 days or so. And maybe this house gets worse. And maybe they get a little bit of liability. Maybe somebody falls. And there's all kinds of things that happen that create a little bit of panic over here. They see an offer all cash like, Yahtzee, rolling. Because they just need to sell. The loss amount negotiator of yours, the reason why she's calling you every single day, if it goes back to the, if it goes back to the first, if it goes to the auction, she makes nothing. Her commission goes to, so she is highly motivated. This loss amount negotiator who's controlling things gets paid a portion to sell stuff. It's not their money that's getting lost. It's the banks. The bank's okay with loss. If you wanted to learn how to do this, it's very, very simple. Just get on the MLS and start looking at these things and find somebody who's a buyer. Who here is an REO buyer? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have buyers. But ultimately, as a researcher, you're not going to be able to put contracts out there easily. There's ways around it. For example, if a certain investor had a budget of $500,000 and you were to be their researcher, let's say Max has a day job. He's got $500,000 in his gray pants, and he says, great, you and I are going to be working together. Nicole, you're going to be the realtor, and you're going to help Nicole find this property. Because she can't find anything, she's got her other listings and stuff like that. And you're going to have Max's bank statements that you can actually write your offer. Max is going to sign it, take a look at everything, so you can actually start sending out these things. So you can be a little bit more effective. So Max has now got 2 hammers working at the exact same time, or 3 hammers, or 5 hammers. Max is going to pay you, or Dave, or Donald, or Bruce, somebody. But if you're not out there researching it, it's going to be a little bit harder. Yeah, my buddy in working in the East Bay just bought a 12-plex for $48,000. And this is in Vallejo or something. I think the numbers might be off by like 10 grand, but it's completely, I'm sorry, it's a fourplex for $48,000. It's out of code, but he knows the city planner, he knows he's going to make $150,000 on this thing, no big deal, because he has people, he's got people, that are out there looking for him, who are understanding that they're not going to make a retirement off loan, but they're going to make a paycheck, which is going to be able to make them so they make another paycheck. And if they make 2 paychecks in 1 month, now they're ahead. Now they make another 2 paychecks. Now, oh wow, I can go my own thing myself. Got to get started. Got to start making the money. Part of what we're able to do right now is just get involved in the loan audits. Loan audit, your cost would be around $400. That's to have somebody else input it, give a report. An appropriate amount to charge is around $950. So, and you can actually create your own little marketing company. We have.
What if you have a second on that? You have to loan audit both.
You get a discount on the second loan audit.
What's the second cost?
I'm sorry, no, it's $400 per.
Oh, that's what you're trying to work. Okay.
400 on the second loan.
Yeah, and that's a purpose. It's the exact same amount of work. It's a pain in the butt. But I've got 2 right now that I'm working. I charge $950, and I pay $400. Okay, it's worth a couple hours of my time. And it also is one more foot in the door to do the listing, where I'm going to maybe it's a $4 million property. I'm making make some money on that as well. So if you have people who have a loan that they want to change the terms of, but they're having maybe it's an investment property, and they're getting a little bit of a hard time from other people who are doing financial loan modifications. Hey, where are your financials? We're not going to go that route. This is one more tool. So you do the loan audit, then you have somebody or yourself, like our company is now DRE approved to do loan modifications. We can charge fees for this, $3,800. You get somebody who's a pit bull on the phone, who starts negotiating with this loan audit. Maybe you get the reduction that you want without even hiring an attorney. Or just take the loan audit, make your money there, and go find an attorney if you can't solve it yourself. There's all kinds of avenues. But if you're not out there talking to people, just ask people, do you want to keep your house or do you want to sell it? All those people who say they want to keep their house, great. We're in a conversation about forcing your bank to lower the mortgage payments. Would that be a conversation we should have, or probably not? They're going to say yes. Investment property, income, regardless. It's not very expensive. It takes some time. You're going to get them what they want, which is a possibility to have them keep their house. Try that on. So, where else should we go on the magical world of
Any other topics you guys want to go over?
Yes.